is Aladdin, in theaters May 24th.
This is for the jump, Rachel. It's a make or miss league. Make, miss.
There you go. All right, make commitments. Kawhi's incredible game winner has now been turned into a tattoo. I have so many questions about this. Why did he include this man's shorts as one of the big parts of that tattoo? I don't know if we can go flashback to that tattoo.
Yeah.
And also, Richard, I want to know if anyone's put your face on their body.
No, but somebody lost a bet because we won one game in the final, so someone got the same tattoo. I know something about bad tattoos, and this guy has a bad tattoo. Someone actually got the exact same tattoo I have on my arm. They have that tattoo.
Bet?
That was the bet, and we won one game in the final. Not with me. It was online, and all this some guy said if the Cavs.
What do you have on your arm?
I have my initials and then some stuff around it.
Someone has your name tattooed.
Yeah, not my name. Someone has their own issue with it.
Brooke Lopez last night, a playoff career high, 29 points, 11 boards, doing a bit of everything. What were you most impressed with?
Okay, ready for this one?
Please.
First time he's had double-digit rebounds
since 01.
2017. So not only the 29 points, 11 rebounds for Brooke Lopez and that nice little layup.
I was impressed that his shot wasn't falling at the beginning of the game, and he kept shooting.
And they ran the play for him at the end. The shot that clinched the game, they ran it for him. How about that?
Make length. Pascal Siakam, also known as Spicy P, threw down this dunk over Brooke.
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh.
There is a Spicy P hot sauce that is sold up in Toronto. I assume he's got to get proceeds of that. Should they put this dunk on the label?
Oh, look at that.
Right?
Over the 7-footer. Yeah,
they need a little bit more spicier P.
They need spicier P. As I said at the top of the show, his shoulder was hurting. We'll have to see how that pans out. But it does not affect the hot sauce.
Put some hot sauce on that elbow.
On the elbow, right? Exactly. Right, elbow, not shoulder. Very good. Woo. All right, we're going to run it back. The top baseline bang-outs in playoff history. Let the music flow over you. Become one with what Professor Bodmer has cooked up in the lab for us. Number 3, Kobe on the Timberwolves in 2003.
Oh, I remember that.
Number 8. We like it when the number 8 highlights come in.
Oh.
Woo!
Look at that.
Before HD.
Around him? Yes.
Very much before HD. Number 2.
Oh,
MJ
no.
on Patrick Ewing. 1991. Patrick Ewing got a lot of love on this show for the past couple days with his appearance at the draft lottery for the Knicks.
Don't shame players playing defense.
There we go.
Yes, we do.
Even from 1991.
Number 1, Tracy McGrady all over Sean Bradley in 2005. I know, T-Mac, you're watching at home, and you knew this had to be number 1. This was the poster of all posters, right?
Oh, it was. When you can catch Sean Bradley, there are certain guys that, as an athlete, you look to try and get him, Yao Ming.
Nice.
This is our job. This is our job.
Patrick Ewing,
you wanted to get, ask Scottie Pippen.
You get him. You get him in a trading card, put him on your wall.
You're so excited. Because as a kid, you grow up with posters, right?
Right. So
now it's Sports Center highlights, but it was like a poster. That's what you wanted. And so, there's certain guys that you wanted to be on a poster.
Who in the last 5 years do you guys want to dunk on?
Oh, Embiid is one that guys want to get. People want to get involved.
You said that right up on IG.
People get really excited. I think people really like dunking on Giannis because he tries to get a lot of blocks. There's a couple more guys that people, they want to catch a body. That's what it really is. You just want to catch a body.
Did you manage to dunk on either one of those guys?
I've dunked on one or two people. I'm not saying names, but most
we saw the distant replay. We know it's possible. I just want to know whatever. It's time for BS or Real Talk here at The Jump. We give you quotes. You can give us emojis. And our first one is after questions surfaced about how Zion feels about New Orleans getting that number 1 pick at the draft lottery. His stepdad, Lee Anderson, went on Sports Talk Radio in Baton Rouge to clear things up. This was just earlier today. Take a listen.
How do y'all feel about potentially coming to the Crescent City?
We're excited. We're excited about that. One thing that Zion has always been taught: you accept the things that you can't change, you change the things that you can change, and this is one of the things that he had nothing to do with. It's the process of the NBA, and certainly, we're excited about the Crescent City down there in New Orleans. And you said about returning to Duke. There's been a lot of speculation, but that is nothing that we have even considered.
Not even considered, and that they are excited. Do you buy excited?
Yeah, I will, because I don't have any other reason not to believe what he says.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
No, I buy it. And look, I spoke with David Griffin a little bit, and he said he talked to him and his family for a couple hours, and they're very excited. And look, you get these moments. I was not happy when New Jersey drafted me. I had no idea that it was close.
Didn't you try to not? Avoid the workout?
I had a really bad
were you gonna
workout.
say that you didn't know it was close to New York? Was that what
I didn't. I was a West Coast kid. I had never been out there. I kid you not. I had never been out on the East Coast other than my workout. I had no clue. The only thing I ever played in, I'd never been to Jersey in my life except for the workout. And the only thing I ever played in was the Madison Square Garden, the preseason in IT. That was all I knew. I'm from LA and Phoenix.
Can we show the desk here, please?
Did you get educated?
Brian has
I got educated quickly, but I had no idea. I didn't want to go there.
Were you using Kyrie Irving's book of math?
I had no idea. I just didn't know. And on top of it, the New Jersey Nets had won 26 games that year. I won 27 in college. I was not excited, but
I remember being
told
great. That you tried to tank your workout with the Nets.
I had a sprained ankle, and they had the 7th pick. I didn't think they were going to.
I was told you went after them.
Back here, first things first. I went out last night. None of that matters, So.
You still play basketball like that. There you go. But yeah, there are teams you maybe would love to go to. But I said this on the show yesterday. I love the city of New Orleans. He is a Southeastern kid. I think he is going to like the city of New Orleans. Alvin Gentry is a player's coach that every player I know who's played for him has really liked. David Griffin, you can speak to, Richard, as someone who knows how to run an organization. They have changed the training staff there, which was a huge complaint about that team, that they were using the Saints training staff and they had so many injury issues. So hopefully that will be taken care of. We'll have to see if that training and medical
I think most importantly, the fact
better.
that Anthony Davis, the last #1 pick, saying, I want out of here, doesn't appear to have influenced Zion saying, I'm okay with going there, which I think is the most important thing. And I think his comments, his stepfather's comments, should relieve the entire Pelicans organization.
And most #1 picks don't get good teams around him. Right. I'm not saying he's going to have a great team around him, but he's going to have either some young talent around him, some other guys that take a little bit of the pressure off. Everything won't be on him. Or he could possibly have R.J. Barrett, so he could have one of his buddies around him. That's a great player. Or
he could have Anthony Davis.
Or he could have Anthony Davis. So for me, I have no idea what is going on around here. But that is something that, really, I just feel that that's a unique place for a #1 pick, to have other talent around him or a potential All-NBA guy.
If they look, it's 3 steps down the road, but if they end up making a trade with the Knicks and R.J. Barrett is the one who in that #3 draft pick comes back to play with Zion, we sat and interviewed those two guys together on Tuesday night. They are deep in as friends, and being able to have that comfort with someone coming in would be huge for him.
So he's in a good spot.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. Let's talk about the Knicks, right, producer Danny? Or are we going to Joel Embiid and the Sixers?
Oh, the Knicks.
All right. Woo! The worst record in the NBA this season. Did not win the draft lottery. They ended up with the #3 pick. And the Knicks say they're happy with that. Here's the statement from team president Steve Mills and general manager Scott Perry. Quote, "We are excited to have the 3rd pick and are confident we will be able to add a great player to our talented young core and the team that we are building." Knicks brass confident that they'll add a great player with the #3 pick.
I want to break that statement down. They didn't say they would add a great player with the #3
Using
pick.
the #3 pick. Well, they'd use it.
They said that they are happy to have the #3 pick, and they are confident they are going to add a great player.
Right.
Those two statements, I believe, are accurate.
What do you got, Richard? Which side is your way to go?
100. You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say BS, right? Mm-hmm. Only because I don't ever, the Knicks have to give me a little bit more. They have to give me a little bit more credit.
Okay.
Right? They got to give me something. They got to show me something. I know that they're going to get a good pick, right? They have a very good chance to get, a great player with #3. They could trade it. They could do a lot of different things. But I still just need to see it happen. I need to see it happen.
Can pull off, like a trade for AD that they can pull. I mean, look,
this is not rocket science. It's a 3-person draft, and you have a top 3 pick.
And don't end up with RJ Barrett, then
you actually would have to mess this up. So that's one of those statements like, hey, I know the sun's going to come up tomorrow. It's like, oh, wow, way to go out on a limb here.
All right. Let's talk about the other thing which is Joel Embiid will be on social media at some point. Sixers were eliminated in 7 games in the last round, but Embiid was on Twitter yesterday vowing to come back better than ever before. Quote, "Hell of a season, extremely disappointed, fell short of our goal, but this is the motivation I needed. Best believe I'll be back even stronger and better." All right, what do you guys think?
I agree. That's real talk.
Also, how about keeping it real that he made the crying, his emoji the crying photo from him.
Right.
So, or his Avi.
Yeah, and everybody's like, look, he's always trolling people. Well, this man also trolls himself, right? So that means everything's open game, and he's going to say, look, I'm going to take away
that.
I know you're going to try. You're going to try and use this against me. I respect that. You can't use that against him when it's his profile picture, right? It's just one of those things that, as a professional, I think he understands.
Both angles. Just in case.
He wants
full
better.
Ugly cry.
Yeah, he wants better from himself. I think, he expects better, and he wants to continue getting better, and this is something that's going to be motivation for him.
I do buy the motivation thing from him. I've had a couple conversations with Joel where he really feels like he needs to put things up on a bulletin board for himself. That is why he has said, hey, I want to be the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year, because he says if he talks the talk, he feels then he has to back it up. Putting that crying picture up on his social and saying, okay, this is what I don't want to have happen again. I remember, though, after last year's playoff series, when they had so much trouble with Boston, and he said the same thing, this is going to be motivation for me. And I think it certainly was, and we saw the way he came out at the beginning of the season. It's a long season, though. He's going to have to keep weight off, right? He's going to have to monitor his own minutes and not try to run out and play every game that he can.
Got to get
I am
that
interested,
knee healthy too.
Right. I'm interested to see if that motivation you feel today, if that can go through the next really calendar year before he's going to get back to the playoffs again next year.
Well, it could start with next. It could start with next season.
We got so much more coming up for you on The Jump after the break. My conversation with Steph Curry. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.